Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, members of council, general public. Thank you folks for being here this evening. Last week, laying around trying to heal up from some knee surgery, I got a text message from a friend here in the Allegheny Highlands. And he says, I thought you'd be interested in seeing this. So I flipped through it, and not only was I interested in seeing it, I was tickled to death that Covington was highlighted throughout the continental United States as perhaps a place to be. I'm one of those, as I scroll through things and I see the top 10 places here, the top 10 places there, I say, well, you know, why is Covington not included in some of these top 10 places? For a small community, we're doing some very good things and moving in a good direction here in Covington and the Allegheny Highlands. There are several of us, our council and all, that preach all the positive things that are going on and moving in a forward direction. So with that, Thomas, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit number 1, please.
Have you ever wanted to live in a mountain town, or at least the base of the mountains? I have. When most people think of mountain towns or cities, they think of the most popular ones: Aspen, Asheville, Park City, Stowe, Vermont, Gatlinburg, Jackson, and a handful of others. In today's video, we're looking at 10 often overlooked or unknown mountain towns worth considering if you're looking to move to a higher elevation. And stop typing. If you're from that part of the country, I'm sure these towns and cities are unknown to you, but to most people they are. This video is in no particular order. These are just 10 that are overlooked. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look. Number 10, Ruidoso, New Mexico. All right, let's talk about Ruidoso. This is a quiet spot nestled in the mountains where the air feels a bit crisper and the views are straight up postcard worthy. This is located somewhat in the southern part of New Mexico, not too far east from White Sands Missile Range. You're in the military, you've heard of the place before. This is a sweet escape for people looking to hit the ski slopes in the winter, hang out at the casino and horse track in the summer. You can go hiking and on nature walks, or just kick back in a cabin and have some hot cocoa. They got it all in Ruidoso. Maybe not surfing. Kind of need an ocean for that. Or one of those really cool wave pools. I've seen some. They're getting so much better. It's just kind of like this hidden gem where you can become one with nature, get a little adventurous, or simply just enjoy the scenery. If you want to move here, they say the average home value is $296,000. I was looking around on Zillow. It looks like they've got a lot of houses for around $230,000 that are going to need some work, but they're definitely livable. Number 9, Covington, Virginia. Covington, Virginia is a cozy little spot tucked away in the Allegheny Mountains. If you're into the nature stuff, you're going to love it here. It's got this small town charm that makes you feel right at home, even if you're not from this area. You want to move there? Great. If you're just visiting? Great. This is in the Roanoke region, which means it's going to be surrounded by some of the prettiest forests and rivers that you can find in this country. People here are super welcoming, and the town itself has a bunch of history. So if you're ever driving through Virginia and you got a soft spot for scenic views and friendly faces, make sure you swing by Covington. It's worth the pit stop at least. Now, Zillow says the average home value here is about $132,000. That's pretty low. I looked around and it looks like a decent home starts off around $150,000, $160,000. You can get something really nice for $350,000.
Thank you, Thomas. I don't know about you, Ron, but I feel a little bit proud. I do not know who this gentleman is. I do not know where this surfaced from, other than the person that sent it to me, and we go back and forth a couple of times, and he says, you know, I'm proud to be where I'm from. So I say that it starts with our citizens, it starts with our city council, it starts with our staff here in the city of Covington, and again, I'm proud to be from Covington. So I appreciate you folks. Thank you, sir. I hope you take a smile back and let the folks down there know that Roanoke Valley was mentioned tonight, but
not that far ago.
It was all about Covington. So anyway, again, it just tickles me. Those pictures on there, they go back a few years because, as you noticed, we've already done Maple Avenue. Sears was still on Main Street. So again, those pictures could have come from the sky sometime back, and then somebody just did this. But I don't know. Just want to let you know that I'm proud of who we are and where we're from, and we're going to keep moving in a good direction. All right, Thomas, give me number 2, please. Just want a quick update on some projects, pretty exciting that we've been involved with. This is our much needed for a lifetime road salt shed up at the end of Pine Street. The area up there had become an all laid down area for our city and public works, and we've gone up there and done a wonderful job of cleaning it up. There's still some more things we need to do. Our shed will now house our road salt for winter weather applications. It will also maintain our cold asphalt mix to go do potholes in February. Proud to say that through our procurement process, local folks were involved in grading, local folks involved with electricity, local folks involved in asphalting, local folks involved in selling us concrete blocks. The company that represented the dome, they were actually from Michigan. I did find out they were not Packer fans, but we did have good conversation. They were dedicated to their job. Mr. Hunter and I spoke. He was asking about lights up there one night. To put that dome over is not something that's easily done during a windy day, so they asked if we could help them out with light. Our folks in public works stepped up to the plate. We took our road lights up there, gave them late evening light, and they completed it. So thanks to city staff, Anthony Lowry, Mike Mines, our several of our public works staff department. We pulled off a wonderful project that will be usable to the city for many years to come. So thank you to all those that were involved in that. Okay, Thomas, number 3, please. This is our Gita Watson Center, home of our Eunice. Oh, I'm sorry, you left. But anyway, Eunice, it's home to our senior center. We're very proud of Kathy Nicely and all the things that go on up there. We have our Watson Alumni Association, we have our Genealogical Association, we have our registrar, and of course our senior center. There was an unfortunate accident up there last summer. I'm proud to say that we are now getting to the point of repairs. I'm also proud to say that through our procurement process, local contractor has been secured to do that, as well as local folks involved in some upgrading of furniture and things like that inside there. So hopefully over the next 30 days we will be complete with that and back to being Johnny on the spot with our Gita Watson Center. We have not shut down any of our activities up there. We were able to board that up lickety-split after the unfortunate accident and continued on. So again, the Gita Watson Center has become a wonderful spot for a lot of things that we're doing. The playground area, the playground equipment, our YMCA daycare, so it's a busy place up there. Okay, Thomas, number 4, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the light that was accidentally cut, failure to reply to Ms. Utility, but anyway, Columbia Gas and Elliott Electric have been Johnny on the spot, and we now have a repaired light up at the intersection of Pine and Allegheny. There have been several that were concerned that we didn't need the light. There is a reason we need the light. One is to slow down the traffic along Allegheny Avenue and South Allegheny. We have a lot of folks that enjoy walking. We're fixing to get involved from Beach to Pine, a very nice sidewalk project that has been secured through the Department of Transportation. So there'll be more well walkers up and down Allegheny, South Allegheny Avenue. We do have daycare, we do have seniors, we do have a lot of activity going on at the Gita Watson Center with our kids playing sports and things of that nature. That is a critical stoplight, and that's why we were adamant with working with Columbia Gas to get that repaired. So proud to say that it's back in function. And Thomas, I guess we're at number 5, please. This is our recently installed accessible playground at Fort Young. There has been a need, there has been a vision, and Thomas and I put together a very nice presentation several years ago, and it didn't quite make the cut. City Council was very kind to us during our budget process this year to give us some funds to address these things, these needed things in our community. A great job was done by all. I thank Thomas, Matt Smith, our recreation coordinator, Lisa Worley, our administrative assistant, other members of our Parks and Recreation staff, and we have a wonderful playground. A couple quick little stories. 30 plus years ago, when Alan was hired as the recreation director, we still had the playground equipment that I grew up on as a kid at what we call Main Street Park today. Probably the same equipment that Mr. Sabo and you folks grew up on. I found a tag on there and it said game time. I was green to a lot of things, but anyway, I called up game time, and to this day we have an absolutely wonderful relationship. I figured if that equipment lasted that long with all them floods down at Main Street Park, because if you recall we had a nice one in '69, a nice one in '72, and a wonderful one in '85 as well. I showed up in '93, and that was our first project at Main Street Park, so game time has been our go-to folks. I was over there the day that Thomas and folks had got the project completed. All the folks stepped out yay tall. They were having the time of life, must have been about a dozen over there. So in the name of Mr. Dressler, he encouraged them to do some sliding and those kinds of things. So once one did their trick, the next one had to do the next one and the next one. So then I was asked to get on the playground equipment and go sliding. That was Friday. I had knee surgery scheduled on Monday, so that was my out. And the kids looked at me and said, "We're really sorry to hear that." So, in my life of time doing what I do, those are number one. Our kids, number one. So anyway, Fort Young Playground, very proud, and take the children, grandchildren, and go over and enjoy that. Last thing I got, a little on the sad note, wastewater treatment plant, George Jemison. I don't know how many of you folks ever had a chance to meet with George. A super nice fellow, a super employee to the city of Covington. He worked at the wastewater treatment plant for 34 years. He retired on January the 31st. I did everything I could to talk him into sticking around for several more years, but he's interested in going fishing and hunting and all those fun things right now. That's not an easy job. Where he works, for those that are not familiar, our wastewater treatment plant is over behind the over the hill behind the old Edgemont School. That's a tough job, and it's a job that has a lot of responsibility to every time we turn on the sink or happen to flush the toilet. And George has done a wonderful job. He about 20 years ago, he achieved his Operator 1 license. He has been very dedicated to that plant. We are in the process, as some of you have followed, an $8 million EQ basin project. George has been a real key to helping that move along. He will be missed. He's volunteered up, so to speak, to give us a hand here and there. We can call him as we need to. We have secured the services of an outside agency right now to help us maintain our Operator 1 licensing. We have we have a lot of quality employees over there, but Dawn Downer and Russell Lone, we are diligently working with them to achieve their Operator 1 license, and so that we'll be able to maintain everything in-house. With that being said, again, kudos to our staff, Chief, his staff, our public works. We've had a couple of little snows along the way over the last few weeks. Recreation folks, everybody across the board. Water shutoffs are ongoing as we speak. Those tickets went out today, so for those that are listening tonight, please pay your bills so we don't have to turn your water off. Again, I thank the City Council. Appreciate you folks, and again, thank you. Look forward to our continued working relationship and doing some exciting things here in Allegheny Highlands. Thank you all. If anybody would like a copy of that just holler, it's on my phone, and we can send you, or Thomas can send you the link to that.